Well, hello YouTube. It's that time of month again for our March 2015 update. First of all, I'd like to say sorry for the mess, but hey, that's kind of the way she is in the spring, and basically, away we go. Well guys, as you see there, my wonderful collection of mess and all that. Of course, a lot of it has to do with the big basement project in the fall there. A lot of this is the construction, the sawhorses and a few things like that. Some of it is stuff that was, used in the building that, because of the quick close-in of winter, didn't get put away like it was supposed to. And well, now the snow is melting, it's revealing all of the hidden treasures. There's probably only about half a truckload of actual garbage here to go to the dump. It's just a lot of clutter due to, things, right? Well, of course, we've been going through a little bit of a hot streak here. Probably the last 2 weeks the temperatures have been above freezing, so therefore everything's melting. We've had a few days of freezing rain and a few days just of warmer rain, which has really melted away the snow. Of course, there's already reports of water standing in low-lying areas already, so I guess that's the way she is for all spring, and stuff like that. But the biggest thing right now is to watch out for the ice and things like that. Well, I finally got around to doing something I've been wanting to do for a while. I put me a downspout on the corner of the house here, basically running it down, making a weird curve, and then running her down again. I know it's not the prettiest thing, but well, it's the most functional thing right now. Eventually I want to get the eaves troughing fixed, and then, that problem will go away. Well, of course, a few weeks ago I was out here moving snow in the front yard, getting it away from the house just to help prevent any potential issues, and looks like I got to get out here and, do it again. Well, of course, the whole winter is starting to release its grip on everything, Like I said, everything's starting to melt, everything's starting to thaw. Well, the old Silverado's doing well, of course. It's going to need some little tinkerings over time, but I think it'd be a good, go to the dump trailer towing vehicle and things like that. Well, of course, behind Silverado here we have the garage door project. Well, it's been opened, 4 or 5 times in the winter, and well, it's all been good. It hasn't fallen out of the hole yet. It doesn't really need any adjustments as of right yet. As things shift here in the spring, I might have to, adjust a few things, but up until then, it's been doing good. Of course, one of the downfalls of the big melt is the wonderful water. Well, I'm about to show you something that's a little bit of a kind of thorn in my side. First of all, I have to break into my garage. Okay, so now that I broke into my garage, you see the wonderful ice? Well, it gets up in the door and basically freezes it shut. So if ice is getting past the door, you can almost guarantee it's getting in the garage. So as you see there, we got ourselves a puddle coming from the, all the way around, basically turning into a skating rink. And if you follow it, it goes all the way down that way. So that's kind of a thorn in my side. Something that's going to have to be remedied for, next season. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I didn't, keep the snow cleared away from the doorway this winter, and it basically just ran on in. Well, of course, the utility trailer here is now inside the garage. I put it in here, whatever it would have been last month, hoping to get working on it, but it's been crazy, and that really hasn't happened, so it's either going to come out and the maintenance is going to get deferred for another month, or I'm going to have to get at her, get her done, and away she goes. Well, of course, I got stuff here for an upcoming project. I believe I've been installing a sump pump in my basement for about 3 years. I've made 3 separate attempts on it every year, and each time it's just not, efficient. It doesn't quite work the way it's supposed to. The first time I did it, I had a cheap little pump that required you plugging it in every few minutes just to drain out the sump, which was okay if you were home. but when you're gone for long periods of time, it doesn't work, right? Then the second thing I did is I bought an actual pump with a float switch on it, that when the water gets high enough in the hole, of course, the switch was supposed to kick in. However, there was not enough buoyancy on the switch to kick in at the level I needed it to, so it required the water to be like 8 inches above the level of the floor before it kicked in. Well, that was not acceptable, right? So I thought, well, maybe I could dig the hole deeper, which I tried, but you can't go deeper because of restrictions. So this year I'm going to try again. I've got a better pump with a lower float level, so it should kick in quicker. And I'm going to frame in a wooden box. I know I should put a plastic, sump, actual bin, or whatever you want to call it, catch pan in there. But this is kind of a redneck sump pump, and for now this will have to do. Eventually I will install a proper sump pump in the one corner of the basement, just as a preventative measure. But until then, this one will work just fine. Well, of course, the old tool room project really hasn't changed from last month. I know I've been saying it, but yeah, it hasn't really changed. I got to get in there and finish it. So pretty much no one can get in my garage now, unless they're as strong as I am, be able to put their shoulder into the door. I'm probably going to end up causing damage to the door before the big melt is over, but hey, I've been wanting to replace this door, make it slightly wider for years anyway, so maybe this is the opportunity. Well, of course, because of the big melt, as usual, my back driveway turns into a swamp. Basically the last 16 feet of the driveway floods, and basically, unless you pull the vehicle all the way up, your feet get wet. Well, the big shed, of course, which survived another season. I'm surprised that low-angled roof has not started to leak yet, but contrary to what people say, you can put the shingles on a lower pitch than what the instructions say. I wouldn't do it on a house, but on a shed, taking the chance, I guess, is okay. Well, basically, guys, you know the story behind the Beachcomber trailer. If you've been watching my update videos, you'll know the story behind that. It's still sitting there. One of these days I'm going to have to, get off the pot and either do it or sell it. I'd rather, get inside and have some fun with it and restore it, or at least customize it the way I wanna, over selling it. But I suppose, whatever is, right? Well, of course, the old Maxwell's World channel is doing well. I'm gaining subs. I'm about to break the 500 mark on subscribers, which is pretty sweet when you consider, where I started from, where we all started from, as well as I'm about to break the 800 mark for videos as well. So, that's a lot of videos, a lot of time, and, well, a lot of hard work. Of course, the vlogging channel is doing well. All 26 of my subscribers I am, grateful for, and all that. Without you guys, of course, there's no point in making vlogs. I've changed up the format a little bit on the vlog, started doing things a bit different, trying to refresh things, trying to keep things new, and, well, all that good stuff. Of course, the old Weber barbecue is doing well. Now that I figured out the idiot safety switch in the barbecue, it hasn't failed me yet. I gotta make me a video of that to share on the YouTubes, because, well, when I was searching, I couldn't find anything for, well, the problem with the Weber barbecue that I was having. Well, of course, the little shed's doing well. The roof hasn't started leaking or nothing, so that's a bonus, considering it was stood up very fast in, I believe, the fall of 2011. And I've considered, selling it, but every time I go to sell it, I find another use for it, so I guess it hangs around a little longer. Well, of course, I've done a little bit of customizing in the old office to suit my needs a little better, and, it's doing quite well. I've hooked up a dual monitor setup. I'm thinking about upgrading my editing software and possibly picking up another rig for editing, something a little bit bigger, a little bit more powerful than the, i5 that I have right now. Maybe picking up an i7, maybe Windows 10, if Windows 10 is appealing when it comes out. But pretty much, guys, I got some work ahead of me here. Got to do me some big spring cleanup. Got a lot of projects on the back burner for the summer that I want to bring to the front burner, get her all done, and basically away we go. But guys, pretty much that concludes our March 2015 update, and we'll see you all in a month in April. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's World. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.